China's largest and heaviest aircraft carrier is out for maiden sea trials. It's one of the most significant moments in its naval expansion, which directly challenges global US presence. Its third aircraft carrier will have one of the most advanced aircraft launch systems, which currently only US operates. As China seeks to expand its naval presence, India will soon begin production of its third aircraft carrier after the commissioning of INS Vikrant, but it is something that would take still several years. The Fujian carrier departed from Shanghai Shipyard, and the trials will primarily test the reliability and the stability of aircraft carrier's propulsion and electric system. The trials will be conducted over 2 years, and it would still take at least 5 years for the aircraft carrier to get commissioned. The People's Liberation Army Navy, it's the largest navy in the world, surpassing US with over 370 battleships. China's third aircraft carrier, the Fujian aircraft carrier, will have one of the most potent fighter jets like the J-15 and the J-35. It will have one of the most advanced aircraft launch system, the EMALS system, also known as the Electromagnetic Aircraft Launch System, which currently only US operates on its USS Gerald R. Ford. The Fujian carrier will have 3 catapult runways, allowing rapid fighter jet deployment. The Fujian carrier will have at least 60 to 70 aircrafts, which is 50% more than the other two, which use the ski jump platform and not EMALS platform. The Fujian carrier is different from the other two carriers because of the Catobar platform on which it is built, while its other two carriers are built on the Stobar platform. Catobar and Stobar are 2 types of aircraft carrier platforms. Stobar, which means short takeoff and barrier-resisted recovery, comprises of an elevated ski ramp that helps a fighter jet generate lift during a takeoff. Meanwhile, the Stobar platform limits the aircraft's takeoff weight and thus affecting its payload capacity, while the Catobar system uses catapult for takeoff. The Catobar system that is currently operational across the world, apart from the USS Gerald R. Ford, is based on a steam-powered system. Meanwhile, the Catobar system uses catapults for takeoff. The Catobar-based carriers have a steam-powered catapult system which requires more maintenance and is heavy and takes more space than its alternative. Meanwhile, the EMALS catapult system offers more smooth, accurate launching of an aircraft, allowing fighter jets to take off. The third aircraft carrier of China will be the first conventional energy-powered platform with the EMALS catapult system. Meanwhile, the USS Gerald R. Ford is a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier. China operates only the Chengdu J-15, the Flying Shark fighter jets, for its carrier-based operations. J-15 is a 4th-generation fighter jet which is deployed on its Stobar carriers. However, the US has critiqued its range and payload limitations in operations from carrier equipped with ski ramps rather than catapults. In 2021, China has developed a catapult-based version of its fighter jet and is developing its 5th-generation fighters to match the US F-35. The US Department of Defense, in its latest report on Chinese naval modernization, said that China is reportedly building a 4th aircraft carrier similar to Fujian, and it is expected to be nuclear-powered. Since the 1990s, China has witnessed a paradigm shift, with more focus on its naval expansion than on its army. It was mostly driven by China's growth in economy in the 1990s and the early 2000s. This led to China participating more in the global economy and earning the tag of the manufacturing hub of the world. This led to China moving out from offensive defensive operations to out-of-area naval operations and earning the tag of a blue water navy. The 2015 Chinese White Paper of Defense called for safeguarding the sea links of communications, also known as SLOC, as part of its naval interest, and said the sea links are vital to China's future. The Indian Ocean, also known as the maritime backyard of India, is a toll gate for global trade, East-West trade and the West-East trade, and China is establishing maritime bases south of India to protect its maritime Silk Route. These aircraft carriers assert dominance and are viewed as symbols of power. In a face-off between US and China, the former will outperform and outmaneuver the People's Liberation Army Navy with its prowess and technological advancement. Politically, aircraft carriers could be particularly valuable to China for projecting its image as a major world power. The Indian Ocean region is home to about 2.5 billion people, with some global economies like India, a regional power, having a dominant presence in the region. The Strait of Hormuz, the Bab el-Mandeb, the Strait of Malacca and the Mozambique Channel are choke points in the region and routes vital to China's global trade. K.M. Panikkar, a visionary Indian scholar and who's credited to write the first maritime doctrine of India, says that the vital feature that differentiates Indian Ocean region from the Atlantic and the Pacific, it's the geographical presence of India, which juts out for thousands of miles into the sea. It is the geographical presence of India that changes the character of the Indian Ocean. Former Navy Chief Admiral R. Hari Kumar has said that India's third aircraft carrier would be a repeat of INS Vikrant, which was India's first indigenous aircraft carrier, which weighed around 45,000 tons. INS Vikrant and INS Vikramaditya are two aircraft carriers that India currently operates. These aircraft carriers are built on the Stobar platform and use the MiG-29K fighter jets. Soon, these aircraft carriers would be witnessing the naval version of Rafale and the LCA Tejas naval version that will be used on these platforms. The production of INS Vishal, which is expected to be the third aircraft carrier, would begin soon, but it would still take many years for the new carrier to get commissioned. The size of the Chinese economy and its 3 times bigger defense budget than India should be considered when a comparison is being made. The Quad alliance between India, US, Japan and Australia are vital for the safeguarding of the Indo-Pacific region, and Indian Navy's multi-nation exercises in the region are vital to ensure the safeguarding and to maintain its regional dominance in the Indian Ocean region.